Hey guys, Dr. Tobisch here with Whitefish Chiropractic. In these next couple of videos, I'm going to be going over a couple key components that oftentimes contribute to chronic plantar fascia problems. I know recently I've done some other videos on plantar fascia problems, videos about how we use shockwave for this issue, how we combine shockwave and progressive loading strategies to remodel that degenerative tissue. And that is the gold standard of how we do that. But when we have chronic nagging issues with the plantar fascia, oftentimes we still need to deal with these other components from a rehab standpoint, and that's what we're going to be looking at in these next couple of videos. So in this first one, we're going to be looking at a problem of stiffness and tension in a specific muscle in the backside of the calf. And this is going to be tension in the medial aspect of a muscle on the backside of the calf called the gastrocnemius. Now, this portion of the muscle is basically active constantly. Anytime that we're up on 2 feet, walking around, this muscle is cranked on basically, and oftentimes that results in excessive tension and adhesions in this area. Now, that's a problem because too much tension in this area is going to rob our ankle of dorsiflexion, or the ability for the foot to bend upwards. Now, if we don't have that, oftentimes stress goes downstream and runs right into that insertional part of the plantar fascia where we have our chronic problem, where we have that stabbing sensation underneath the heel. Oftentimes, this issue is treated with simple stretching of the calf. And honestly, sometimes that can be helpful for some short-term relief of calf tightness, but really doesn't do anything long-term to change the length of that part of the muscle. So in this next part, I'm going to show you some somewhat more aggressive and long duration stretching that will actually result in better muscle length in that area, helping us relieve some of those problems downstream. All right guys, before we go into stretching of this medial part of the gastroc, initially we're going to do a little bit of soft tissue input or some massaging of this area. You could use a foam roller, a massage gun. Personally, I really like a lacrosse ball. I feel like I can really get in there with that. So that's what I'm going to show. But whatever you choose, we're going to start with 2 minutes of soft tissue input into this medial part of the backside of the gastroc. So we'll get set up basically just below the crease of the backside of the knee, more to the medial portion or the inside of the calf. And if you're pushing around in there with a massage gun or a lacrosse ball, it usually will not take long to find this spot. It is stiff and tender on a lot of people. So first you can just kind of roll the ball around, and when you find that tight, tender spot, you could hold there and breathe into it for a couple seconds. But after that, you may create some compression, then start to even pull the toes up towards the face to kind of pull that tight muscle through the hard point. You can also throw the other leg over the top of it just to get a little bit more pressure, and then I like to kind of oscillate and really compress into this tissue. Like I said, whatever you're using, we'll stick with that soft tissue input for 2 minutes, and then we're going to go into some stretching. All right guys, next thing that we're going to look at is going to be some ways to stretch the calf from a standing position. All you need is a slant board, a rolled up towel, something to basically elevate your forefoot to help you get a bigger stretch. In each of these stretches, we're going to be leaning forward just enough to where the heel starts to come off the ground, and you should be feeling mild discomfort. And we're going to hold that position for 1 minute. For each of these, we're going to do 2 sets, so a total of 2 minutes with each standing stretch. The protocol would be twice a day for 12 weeks. So the first one that we're going to look at is just going to be basically a regular calf stretch for both at the same time. So we'll have you get whatever you're going to prop your feet up on, and then probably have a wall to support you in the front. So we'll get the front of the feet or the forefoot elevated, and we're going to have the feet slightly angled in, or the toes slightly angled towards each other. So we're going to keep the knees straight. I'm going to lean forward until my heels start to come off the ground and I'm feeling a little bit of discomfort of a strong pull in the back of my calf. Now we're going to hold this position for 1 minute. We're going to do 2 sets of that. Next, we're just going to do the same thing with a single limb instead of 2 at the same time. So we'll do 1 leg at a time, same thing, keep the knee straight. And now we're going to lean forward until the heel starts to come up off of the ground, and I'm feeling mild discomfort from a big pull in the medial part of my calf. Again, we're going to hold this for 1 minute. We're going to do 2 sets. Next 2 stretches are more focused actually towards the soleus, the deeper muscle in the calf. but it's gonna be really similar idea. Instead of keeping the knees straight, we're gonna put a slight bend, maybe a 15 to 20 degree bend in the knee, and then we're gonna do the same thing. So we'll do 2 at the same time initially. So same thing, both feet propped up, slightly angled in towards each other. Now I'm just going to bend my knees slightly, and then I'm gonna lean my body forward until my heels start to come up off the ground. Feels like a big pull in the backside of my calves. I'm gonna hold this for 1 minute. Again, we're gonna do 2 sets. After that, we'll do the same thing, but just with a single foot. So knee slightly bent, leaning forward until the heel comes up just barely off the ground, feeling a huge pull in the back of the calf. We're gonna hold for 1 minute. We're gonna do 2 sets. The last stretch that we're gonna look at for that medial portion of the gastroc is just gonna be an old school seated towel stretch. So we're gonna use sit down, you can grab a towel. I'm just using a really heavy resistance band, whatever works. So we'll have you sit back, legs straight, put the towel or the strap over the forefoot. Now we're gonna pull back towards the chest. I'm gonna create more tension with my outer hand to basically pull my foot slightly out to stretch more of this medial portion of the gastroc. So this should turn the foot out slightly, then create enough tension for you to be feeling a huge stretch and some mild discomfort in that medial part of the gastroc. Then again, we're gonna hold this position for 1 minute. We're gonna do 2 sets of that.